Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a very exciting new palette release. This is the latest collaboration between my friend Angelica Nyqvist, I call her Angie, so I'll be saying Angie throughout this video, and Oden's Eye Cosmetics. This is launching on February 14th, but the launch date and time is based on the time zone that Sweden's in. So I'm going to put all of the dates and times because I believe, according to Angie's video, I believe that this will be available on the evening of February 13th in the Eastern time zone. So I'm going to double check what Angie's video said and list all of the launch times in my description box. And if you're not quite sure which time zone you fall in, I recommend just a quick Google search. It'll be really easy to figure out what the launch time is where you're at. This palette is priced at just under $44 US, and I'm fairly certain that none of their collaborations will accept any sort of discount code, affiliate code, or anything like that. I believe that was the case for the original Legendary Diversa collection. I'm sure that'll be the case for this Hela palette as well. Before I get into the review, my thoughts on this palette, my tutorial, all of that fun stuff, I do want to just make you aware that Angie is my friend. Whenever I review any collaboration palette, I like to disclose whether I have a relationship with the collaborator or not. In this case, I do. Angie's my friend. I've known her for a really long time. I've hung out with her in real life, in person. Not only is she somebody that I would call my friend, but she's also a content creator that I really enjoy watching, and she's somebody all around that I just genuinely really like and admire. So I do want to let that be known before you see this review. She's my friend. I want to like this, so, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just being as honest as I possibly can. Everybody goes into every single review with a certain amount of bias or a certain amount of expectation, and that is totally fine. I don't think that any of us should expect that not to exist. And in this case, I am reviewing a palette from a brand that I really like, collaborating with a friend who I really like. So with all that being said, I will obviously be as honest as I ever am. So let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the palette. There's a lot to see with the packaging, with the shades inside. So let's get up close and personal with this Hela palette. Obviously, this graphic design is stunning. The outer sleeve that the palette slides out of has this almost black and white image. You can see there is a little bit, a hint of color kind of peeking through. And on the back of the sleeve, you can see all of the ingredients listed here. So that is just on this outer sleeve part. It's not on the actual palette itself. So make sure you hang on to this, especially if you're somebody that is concerned with ingredients, has allergies, all that good stuff. Now, when you slide the palette out of the sleeve, you see the exact same stunning image, this time in full color. And we have these really bright, bold colors that do sort of correspond with the colors inside, which I always love when the packaging matches the color story of the palette. Now you have to take a close-up look at this. It's just absolutely beautiful. We have Angie here depicted as Hela, and I cannot tell you the amount of just exquisite detail. It especially shows up more, I think, with the color image, and there are these little sort of raised metallic details. It's very, very beautiful. If you are a packaging fiend like I am, you absolutely will appreciate how beautiful this looks and feels. It feels very luxurious and well done. The shade names are on the back of the palette, and you can also find them inside next to each individual pan. This has a magnetic closure, and there is a little circular mirror inside. It's definitely large enough to be useful, at least for me. And then we have all 16 shades laid out inside with the shade names directly below each pan. We have 9 matte shades and then 7 different shimmers, and you'll be able to tell the different textures of the shimmers in the swatches that I'm going to show you. I'll give you some nice close-up swatches so you can see what I mean. Next, we're going to do some swatches of this palette. I did decide to break up the swatches into 2 groups, so the top 2 rows and then the bottom 2 rows, just so that we can get them nice and spaced out on my arm and you can really see what each individual shade looks like. As usual, I'll be showing you both finger and brush swatches. Finger swatches are on top and then the brush swatches are below. So let's look at the swatches now. When I first went to swatch this palette, I was so nervous because particularly these pastel and very bright, almost neon type of matte shades tend to be really, really difficult to formulate. They're usually really patchy, really streaky, and I was afraid that that would be the case with these. And you can tell, especially in the brush swatches, these are incredibly well done. If you are a lover of bright colors, you'll know that a lot of the shades in this palette are tough and they don't do well a lot of the time. And these are so impressive, especially the brush swatches. Look at how opaque these are. I don't go over and over and over again on these. These are one dip swatches and they are so well done. I am so happy and excited to report this to you. Now that you've seen this Hela palette swatched, I want to show you a quick tutorial for the eye look that I'm wearing today. I'm really happy with how this look turned out. So we'll get into the tutorial and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts at the end. I started off using my ColourPop Party Proof Primer. I've been using this steadily since October and I'm really happy with it so far. It's been a great little primer for me. Now I'm going into the shade Wolf. I love how this color is not quite tan. It's not quite green. It's this really interesting mustardy type of color, and it is absolutely one of my favorite shades in this palette because it is just so different from anything else that I have. Then I used this deep taupey, again, it's not quite green, it's not quite taupe, the color Decay, and I started building that up on the outer part of my lid and also sweeping that up into the really outer 2/3 of my crease to give a little bit of depth. Next, I wanted to bring in some brightness with this Wolf and Underworld combination. It gives just a little bit more of that like citrusy type of coloration. Then I used Golden Bridge on the inner half of my lid. I just applied that with my fingers, and this is exactly what I want a metallic to do. No special treatment, don't have to dampen the brush, no special primer or glitter glue or anything, just a bright, gorgeous metallic shade. And then I used double-sided, that's more of the sheer topper type of shade, on the center of my lid, and it really blends everything together. I added a little bit of depth and definition around the lash line. I did that on both the upper and lower lash just a little bit. And then I used this bright pastel yellow shade called Rebirth on my inner corner. Angie mentioned that she wanted to use it that way, so I was sort of taking cues from her on that. I don't think that would have been my first inclination, but it looks so good with this look. A little curled lash, a little mascara, and everything feels so wonderfully tied together. It's bright and bold, but it's not so extreme that I feel like it's unwearable. It just feels fun, inspiring, perfectly achievable. I am head over heels for this eye look and really this entire palette, let's be honest. I'm sure it comes as no surprise that I absolutely love this palette. Everything about this really just comes together for me, from the theming, which Angie discusses in depth in her reveal video, which is really interesting, just such a cool concept. All the pieces fit together so well, from the theme, from the shades, from the packaging. Everything about this just really feels like it has great chemistry. It feels like Angie. It's bold, it's colorful, it's well thought out. All the shades work really well together. There's a lot of great textures in here. And like I've said in previous Oden's Eye videos, their formulas are fantastic. I love all of the different textures that they bring into their palettes. I love the graphic design. It just all feels right. It flows well. This is a great spring color story. I love that we have just a couple of not so neutrals, kind of a twist on neutral shades in here. Decay, Wolf, and then this whole bottom row, there's sort of these offbeat kind of neutral adjacent shades that work really well with the bolder, brighter color story in here. There are so many looks to be had from this palette. I've seen a lot of people already posting their videos. I haven't watched any of them except for Angie's reveal video, but I know that there are going to be so many great looks that come out of this palette. You can definitely do non-green looks. I like how the palette's kind of split into half green, half everything else. I definitely understand her vision here. Angie's somebody who loves colorful mattes. I'm not at all surprised to see a lot of really great, bold, colorful matte shades in here. This doesn't look like anything else that I have in my collection, and I have quite a few palettes, so it feels different, feels exciting, inspiring, and honestly that's exactly what I expect from both Angie and Oden's Eye. This isn't the first eye look I've done with this palette, but it is my favorite, and I can tell you it will not be the last. I definitely see myself reaching for it again and again all through the spring and summer for sure. You could even get some little kind of murky fall green looks from this too. Has great versatility, impactful colors. It's so much fun. I love it. Nobody's surprised. I'm sure nobody's surprised by that. I would love to hear what you think about this palette. Are you planning on picking it up? Make sure you go and watch Angie's videos. And even if you're not planning on purchasing her palette, just go and show her some love and support on her videos. Huge congrats to you, my friend. Great palette. I'm not at all surprised, but I am really, really happy for you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! The original... honestly, the matching nails are so strong for this video. I even got the little like flip of pink. Yes, I love it. I really feel like a chartreuse queen today. The nails, the sweater, the eyeshadow. I almost wore chartreuse earrings too. You kind of can't see these on camera because my hair's so dark, but honestly, I love these earrings. They're so cute. These little crescent moons with little stars in them. They were part of the Halloween collection from By Mel Klein, but these are a year-round staple for me. So next I'm going to show you some... Next I'm going to... Killing it. I love this look. I love it so much. Look at that, just a little shift. Ooh, it's so cute. I really wanted to use this color a lot, but I really just went for the green. Exactly the same as my nail polish. I always list my nail polish in the description box, by the way, because I get that question a lot. I always list it for you. For the past several years, I've been really, really good about remembering to do that, so always check there. I list a lot of the stuff that I'm wearing. I don't usually list my clothes because typically my clothes are the same clothes that I've had for years and you can't ever buy them anymore. I'm not that great at buying new clothes, which is fine. Whatever. I'm good at buying new makeup, and that's why I'm not a fashion blogger. I always get a lot of comments asking me about my ring too. A lot of people think that it's a labradorite. It's actually a moonstone. It's just a really, really blue, fiery moonstone. Labradorite's a lot darker. Hold on, I'll show you. So this is a labradorite with a lot of blue fire in it as well, but see how dark it is? This is much lighter. So this is a rainbow moonstone. This is a labradorite. I have had this ring for like 15 years, so I don't even remember where I got it. I'm pretty sure I bought it when I was in high school or college, so I don't know what to tell you where to get it. I'm sorry. I probably got it in some local little like hippie shop. I don't even think places like that exist anymore now that brick and mortar retail is going extinct. Okay, 1,000,000 tangents later, we have reached the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy that you're here. Just go say hi to my friend Angie, and she's really, really cool. I'm sure you already know who she is if you clicked on this video, but if you don't, go subscribe to her because she's super funny and super gorgeous. And thanks for watching. You're the best, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I really super duper love your face, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye!